Agro Kings is agriculture. We operate along the entire value chain. When we came here, there was almost nothing besides oxygen and a lot of water. We've been able to do, it's a 10,000 acre lot, and we are currently only cultivating about 1,500 of that 10,000 acre. So we are doing less than 15% of the current farm. At the point we had engaged with Happy, which I think sometime around July, 2024 July or so, was when we got the first cohort of about 300 youth. Then that's kind of how we've scaled since then. So what then happened automatically for us as a private sector is what we used to do with our own funds in developing the project, we now had this support so that the youth could be supported with that. So then we could now focus on developing more land and focus on creating a community that makes the youth continue to stay here. Most of the farmers, of the 3,000 farmers, over 80% of them made more than $500 to $2,000 last year. So you realize that in 6 months, they are able to train them. The input support comes through the Happy program. We teach them to train and produce the quality that we want. When we buy back from them and we minus the cost of the input and buy the input and put it back in the warehouse, the margin that they make typically was between $1,000 to $2,000.
For the inputs, is it only for the in-growers or also for the outgrowers?
No, so the in-growers, the outgrower input stations go to their station.
Go to the community.
Go to the community. So in every community where we have a certain number of farmers, about 5,000, we put an input station there. So then we'll rent a room or a house, you put all the fertilizer, then it goes to these same protocols. So the protocols cut across, but locally as well, that's what we're doing.
You are all welcome to one of our significant partners on the Happy program. Indeed, they are the largest job contributors to the program. They are also a private sector company. It's new age. They are originally input dealers who metamorphosed into rice producers and now have graduated to rice processors and also do input distributions. Not only input for their farmers, but they also sell input. We worked with them on a prior project, and there their role was still input distribution and maize production. And of course, they've now also gone into marketing. So they also have a VB rice, which is the locally branded rice from the program that they also distribute across the country.
For the past 5 years, we have moved from a company where we were a team of 10. So currently we are 82 in number. We have been able to, in terms of support to smallholder farmers, where we were just supporting a poultry 2,500 farmers. Currently, by the support of Happy, we've been able to reach out to as much as over 51,000 for this year.
In my earlier presentation, I mentioned that we are into maize production. Maize is not on Happy. So what we do is that we use the maize production to engage the males. And that serves as a motivation for them to release part of their land, 1 acre, 2 acre, 1 hectare, for their females, their daughters and their sisters to also go into the cultivation. So that is one of the key strategies that we've employed to get a lot more women to doing that.
We are here with a delegation from MasterCard Foundation's program in Senegal. So there's about 4 or 5 partners who are like Happy has a consortium with 8 members. There's also a consortium program called RIZAO. It's on rice, and there are about 4 or 5 partners that constitute the consortium. And so they have come to visit and to also learn about Happy and to exchange ideas. So we sat with them in the office the first day to give them an overview of Happy, how the program was structured and all of that. And then we are following up with visits to some of the key partners under Happy so that they also get to appreciate how the partnerships with private sector and with other collaborators have helped us to deliver the results that we've achieved under Happy.
We are doing about 150,000 on the average on a monthly basis. About 150,000 birds on a monthly basis. On our own, we are doing about 65%, and then the remaining 35% is done by about 15 outgrowers which we work with. As in here, we have almost about 70% of the staff being young ladies within the age bracket of 18 to 35, and the remaining 30% being males. We also have 42 persons with disabilities here, which we've onboarded as part of the project to help us in our operations.
We have heard good news around our internal system that the Happy program is doing well, and it's far advanced than the RIZAO. That is kind of starting real implementation now.
We definitely learned a lot during these 3 days. The governance model, the way that you drafted, you did your organogram, wonderful. I think it's a great inspiration for us, and we will definitely copy it.
And everybody, yeah, I must say that it has been a learning journey. I learned a lot, especially from Agri-Impact, not necessarily from the other visitors, but the way Agri-Impact is really putting together all the value chains. I think that's where Africa Rice will really learn and try to bring the same kind of, or maybe not same, but similar kind of structure. I really admire the way, I mean, it's just amazing taking Nana as an example, young man coming back, bringing especially the PWDs. And I must tell you, for the first time I'll be able to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. That's a big thing.
We also want to thank you all for visiting us. It's always nice to get the opportunity to share, also to listen to you and also hear what you are doing in the different models. I'm glad that we did not just exchange PowerPoint presentations, but we were able to interact person by person, because when they write and send to you and you read, it's different from when you have the real experience on the ground. So we had our interactions, and you've gone to the field to also see. The learnings on the field, we might not have covered all of them even in our discussions. And I was happy you were able to even go beyond your value chains to see other value chains and what model you can also pick from those value chains.